Before we hop into game 2 of Liquid versus CLG, I'm standing by with Liquid Steve to chat a little bit. And of course, with the preseason comes a lot of very interesting changes to, both rosters, coaching staff, all that kind of stuff. And that's what people are interested about. Team Liquid, no stranger to a lot of those changes. First things first, Piglet, though, who has had a tumultuous kind of journey through the NALCS, on the main roster, down to the Challengers team, back up to the main roster, playing with, a number of supports. Here he is back in that starting position. Talk to me a little bit about his journey and your experience with him as a player and kind of cultivating to what you believe can be an ultimate carry for this team.
Yep. It goes back to when I first went to Korea and I met Piglet and I sat down with him and his mom and we went to this really nice restaurant and we sat down for about 2 hours and we just kind of got to know each other. And I kind of fell in love with him and his passion for play. And throughout the season, we've had some issues with kind of roster changes and synergy between the players. But one thing has stayed consistent, which is Piglet is one of the best AD carries in this region. And we know that, and now we've set him up with a team where he has really good synergy. And the coach, David Lim, they've created this really great connection, and I think we're going to see the best that we've ever seen out of Piglet this year.
And one of the best ADCs in the league, as you mentioned, now is supported by one of the best junglers in the North American LCS, if not the best. And it is no secret that a number of organizations were after ReignOver. So the acquisition here for Team Liquid, what does it mean for the organization to have this kind of experience and talent now on the roster to support someone like Piglet?
I mean, we are so excited to have ReignOver join the team. He is an amazing jungler. He received MVP a number of times. And, we know that in order for us to go to Worlds this year, we need to have the very best. And ReignOver has been additive to our team. He brings a lot of experience and a lot of communication. And you're seeing this kind of synergy that I've never seen before. In game 1 of this game against CLG, the comms were impeccable. I mean, so clean, calling every tower rotation, every minion wave, the lane pressure, the team comps, the ban and pick. I mean, it's something I've never seen out of the team. And I think that it's all coming together. And ReignOver brings a really unique piece to that. So we're really happy to have him as part of the organization.
And we all know that the wins are what are necessary to get to that World Championship, the ultimate goal. So a good, solid victory here in game 1. My question to you is that as this is a game, we know it changes, iterates throughout the year. So right now, for example, Piglet's playing utility ADCs. That could all change. How confident are you in this roster, given what you've just told me, in their ability to evolve and mold alongside the game that we know will?
Yep. There's the meta, right? And the meta is defined by a number of balance changes that happen with itemization, champions, and then players have to master those meta changes. And it's usually dictated by a lot of different regions and also what we're good at, right? Our strengths and weaknesses. And so what I think our coaching staff brings to the table is that we invested heavily this year. We have a head coach, a strategic coach, we have a head analyst, we have 2 full-time remote analysts, and in addition to that, we have an in-house chef, we have a sports psychologist, and they're all on site making sure that this team kind of adapts to that new meta that we're going to stay on top. So, yeah.
An exhaustive list, but a necessary one in terms of providing the support for your players. Well, Steve, I want to thank you for the time that you've given us. Wish your team the best of luck here in this game, too. Time to throw it back to the guys to get us into that game.
Yeah.
Thank you very